Okay, I'm gonna try and be as concise as possible as we go through this here. But the idea being is these are all things that you could be practicing as far as a pull-up variation over the next 6-week cycle in our programming. The idea being is I need you guys, and we as coaches need you guys to pick the one that allows you to get into the most retracted position. That being said, if you're like, hey, I'm really good at this right here, and I want to start moving up towards being able to do something like a muscle up, that's fine. I'm going to kind of start at the top and work our way down as far as what we want to see. So if you're like, hey, I want to do a muscle up. I think, I can yield my way up there. I'm strong, I think, whatever. This is what I want to see. You need to be able to hang in a false grip, bring your hands to your chest, and then transition through. For the sake of what we're doing, we're not doing any dips. From there, I come back out. I bring myself back down to the bottom. I organize. It's number one. It's the first option. If you're like, nope, but you think you're strong enough to control that descent, you can get a box. You have to be graceful enough to get into this position safely. There's a cord here that I have to move. And from here, I'm going to stabilize myself at the top of the rings. Bring myself down, hands into the chest, bring myself out, and slowly bring myself down. That would be a negative. So again, if you're practicing a negative, you're probably really good at a ring pull-up in the sense that you can pull yourself to that position, but you probably can't quite get through that position. So the idea being is, if I was going to do a ring pull-up, I'm hanging, and I'm pulling to my chest, and then I'm coming back down. Same thing I showed you there, just without the turnover. So if you want to do the negative, you got to be good at pulling your hands to your chest. If you're not good at pulling your hands to your chest, but you're good at pull-ups, you can try this. You have low rings. You get nothing more than this red band. You sit in the red band. You bring yourself down. Again, I'm in a false grip, so my wrist is on top of that. The coaches in class will go over that. I sit in my L. Yes, I'm slightly leaning back just because the rings are a little bit low for me here, but then in my body position, in that L position, pull my hands to my chest, lower myself back down slowly to the floor. So you can do an assisted, seated ring pull-up. I'm assuming if you want to be practicing that, this is really comfortable. Strict chest to bar pull-up. Either grip is fine, but again, chest must touch the bar in that strict manner, whether that's hands over like so, or hands under like so. If you want your hands to touch your chest, you need to do it on a stable surface before you do it on an unstable surface. So strict pull-up is obviously your next option down, trying to get your chest as close to the bar as possible. Either grip is fine, as long as you're not cranking yourself to get up there. From there, I'll use these ones. Some of you are going to be doing ring rows. The goal of a ring row is to not just touch my hands to my chest. Again, ideally, if you want to work towards perhaps doing a muscle up in the near future, or you struggle with getting your shoulders behind you, your elbows behind you and your shoulders retracted, the idea then here is when I set up, I can be in my false grip and I can pull my hands to my chest. This is not going to cut it. Neither is this. So again, maybe you have to move yourself back so you can pull your hands into your chest harder. And again, there's no slack in the rings. It's not, because that's never going to happen. and an elevated surface. Lastly, we're going to go back over to the board here for a sec. If you really struggle, generally speaking, to get your elbow behind your back, like we did on the ring row there, you can do it with one arm at a time. So my knee goes on the bench, my hand goes on the bench, my other hand grips the dumbbell, I stay in retraction with my shoulder, I bring the dumbbell up so my elbow is behind my back, I'm holding that position, and then I slowly bring myself back to the beginning, pull, hold, back down. Again, working on that end range strength, holding this position, which is what's necessary for me to go to that first exercise I showed you guys there. I know that was quick, but just gives you an idea of what you're going to be exposed to. And this is the most important part, elbow behind the back, not here. This is not going to get you to do a muscle up. This position is going to. And if you don't care about doing a muscle up, just get as strong as you can by doing more strict pull-ups and more ring rows.